Hello, welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. Um, yeah, I took a couple days off because I got unexpectedly super sick for some reason. So yeah, just I decided to take some self-care days. So um, now I'm back. I feel a lot better. So my cats are sleeping behind me, so hopefully they don't come and mess with the energy here. Um, yeah, we're gonna do a love reading using the Sun and Moon Tarot. So yeah, I'm gonna try and like talk into the microphone here. So with the love readings, I like to start out with like the other person's energy and then the viewer's energy, and just kind of pick up on like the general storyline, and so you can get a chance to see if that like resonates with you. And so then if it does, then I'll keep going. I'll get like the connecting energy, their energy towards you, your energy towards them, sometimes past, present, and future. And then I'll do like a dive into the other person's energy. So yeah, that's just like how I like to do love readings, just kind of pick up on everything that's going on. Okay. So we have the Star at the bottom of the deck. Oh, and the Six of Wands also like, so yeah, there's a lot of hope here for like a revival or a victory or being able to overcome something. It's like being divinely led or divinely guided in a direction for victory or to like overcome something or to get something that you've been really wanting or that you've been hopeful that could like manifest for a long time. It's the bottom of the deck energy. So we have the Queen of Wands, the other person. This is like a woman really, so it's not necessarily a woman, but it could be. So your other person could be a woman, or it's just like that energy of like someone really standing in their power, um, and like exuding a lot of like fierce femininity and just like really, really like being strong, standing their ground. So it's like drawing someone in by like standing in their power. And then with the viewer, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So this is a situation where um, you could have like walked away in the past, or things could have like ended in the past, and the viewer felt like they had to go in a different direction, or like they had to do something else in the past. Um, the Eight of Cups here, and now it's like coming back, like you're feeling like this other person is like really standing in their power, and there's something about this other person that's like really drawing you in. So it's like you feel as though you're being like divinely guided or like divinely led back to this person to like overcome something here. You see them as like a prize, and like they feel like they're like standing in their power in order to draw you in. It's like they've been hopeful that you would like come back or manifest back into their life for a long time. And so now they see this as like a victory, or like they're really overcoming something here. And they feel like they like took the right approach by just like standing in their power and like attracting you to them, or like just like showing um, like their strength or their resilience, or like how they could like um, follow or take certain steps in order to like overcome whatever made you feel as though you had to like go in a different direction here. Like they played the game of just like really waiting it out and like having really good intentions and just like um knowing they had like really genuine feelings for you, and just like waiting for you to like go on your own path and like see that on your own. And it's like they had this like hope that you would like go on your own path and like see things for yourself, and then um, things like along the way would just like lead you back to them, if they just like stood their ground in some way here, like stood in their integrity, or like continued to just like prove like that the feelings that they had for you were really passionate and genuine. um they felt like, yeah, if you guys just like naturally went on your journeys apart, then it like things would just naturally happen for you, like you would see certain things, or um like your eyes would just be opened and you would just naturally be like drawn back to them, or you guys would naturally be like brought back to each other. With the water, it's like they were trying to just like give back and like sacrifice and just like stay really humble here and like just be in like this energy of like service um to others, or like their environment, or like just the universe, the divine, and then trusting that like the divine will draw them back into you. It's like giving like smoke signals or something. It's like making sure like you can see them like in your way out of like whatever you're coming out of here. It's like making sure you can see like this like path back to them, like that they didn't go anywhere, that they're just kind of like genuinely waiting for you to like go on your journey and like overcome your own stuff and like find your way back to them. Yeah, like that they felt like you needed to go out on your own journey and go through your own things, and um figure out how to overcome your own stuff here, and like your own inner demons or behavior patterns or just certain things, conflicting emotions within you. And naturally, like once you overcame all of this stuff on your own, then you would just be like naturally drawn or like led back to them, or like the universe would allow you guys to like be brought back together somehow. So it's like they wanted to keep the path clear for you, or like make sure that you could always see that they like were still here and they were like waiting for you, or they're like holding a light for you or holding a torch for you still. um yeah, they were like waiting for you to overcome certain personal things on your own, and then once you were able to do this, it would like naturally lead you back to them here, or like you would just be divinely led in this certain direction. And they see this as like a huge victory for them. It's like being able to call you back in here. It's like bringing you back home for them. Okay, so if that resonates for you, sorry, the garbage truck just showed up outside. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Okay, connecting energy. Oof, too many spirits. Okay, their energy towards you, and your energy towards them. So the connecting energy, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So, um, yeah, it says gain here, and this person's like holding a bouquet here. So I feel like it's like both of you like wanting to come together and like add to each other's lives. So their energy towards you, we have the King of Cups. So this could be like they have like some sort of proposal or some sort of offer here for you that they really do want to present to you. But also, the Nine of Cups is like a very, very independent energy. And so, what I'm getting is like both of you feel like by you going out on your own journey and like handling and like feeling like there were certain things you needed to like overcome on your own and like deal with and work out by yourself. It's like now you have a lot more to like as an individual you're a lot more independent, and so you have a lot more to like bring to the connection. And then same with them, like because they chose to like stand in their power and just like level up like within themselves here. It's like now they actually have like a solid offer, like something like that they could present to you here as you're coming back. And then like same with you, like you actually have something solid that you could present, like with the bouquet of flowers here. It's like each party has something like really tangible and solid that they can present to the relationship, since they've taken this time out to like draw inward. Like with you, it's like you had to like figure out how to overcome certain things on your own and like work through certain things by yourself, so you had to like walk away and retreat for a while. But with them, it's like they had to learn how to like stand in their power and like just stay really confident and just kind of like radiate that independent energy for themselves. And so you each kind of like learned a lesson and you're able to level up here on your own individually. And so then now coming together, you have more like tangibly, you have more value to add to the relationship. But it's like each of you has like something that solid that you can offer here that's gonna like shed a lot of light and just um, like uplift and bring a lot of healing. With like the bouquet, it's like each person has like a solid offer because of the way that you went about things. And so with them, it's we have the King of Cups, and this person literally has like a crab in their cup that they're like presenting. So yeah, with them it's like this like emotional stability that they want to bring forth and they want to offer. Like with the crabs, it's like they have that really hard shell and they like to bury themselves really deep down in the sand. So it's like something that they've been like keeping hidden and like protecting deep down, and like they kind of like build this like hard exterior in order to just like continue to stand in their power. But there's like all of these really really soft tender like emotions and feelings that they want to like present to you here, and they want to be this like emotional stability. um yeah, like with the horse, it's like coming forward to offer something here. um So your energy towards them, we have the King of Wands in the universe. So with the King of Wands, that sometimes can represent like someone who's like kind of like flighty, or like is just like really really passionate and romantic, but then they're like on to the next. It's like um not being like fully like committed or stable or grounded, or like not leveled up to that. Okay, so, I'm sorry. Okay, so I was just reading that like the Knight of Wands for some reason. I was just thinking of the Knight of Wands here when I was reading all of that. And then it's like I just now realized, no, this says the King of Wands. So that was like a dyslexic moment. Because in my head I was thinking the Knight of Wands. So okay, so I just thought of something. So okay, so it's like the King of Cups and then the King of Wands here. And so okay, and then we have the universe, which is like ending a cycle here, and there's like all this fire all around. It's like this person was like stuck in a cycle and there's all this like fire all around. So in the past, you may have had a King of Wands in your life that acted more like a Knight of Wands and was like super flighty and passionate and in and out and like playing all these games and just kind of like with the fire here, it's like they were putting you through like a lot of like weird stuff here. And so it's like you had to like isolate in order to overcome and like deal with your own stuff. It's like you had to figure out how to like let go of this past energy here. It's like someone who it's like originally how I was reading it, it's like a Knight of Wands energy. It's like someone who was like really actually in this like Knight of Wands, like really flighty energy, but they were like misrepresenting themselves and misleading themselves as this King of Wands. They were like putting up this like front here and like keeping you like stuck in this weird cycle here and like chasing after something that like wasn't real. And so what? And so quit. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a roommate and I don't, yeah. I'm so sorry. But yeah, yeah, it's like in the past you were really stuck in this cycle with someone. I'm hearing just like going back and forth with someone who was just kind of like putting you through like all of this stuff that you know you really didn't deserve. And like it's like you couldn't break out of it because they were keeping you stuck in this cycle of it's like chasing after something that was like really unattainable here, like presenting this like long-term goal. And so then it's like this manipulation style of like, okay, well, I can't offer you much right now, or I can't do this, that, and the other right now because of X, Y, Z, and D, but in the future, I'm going to be this King of Wands for you, or like in the future, we're going to be able to do all this stuff. And so in the present, they were trying to keep you like caught up in this cycle and this like repeated cycle here. Um, and so you felt like stuck, or you felt like you couldn't break out of it, or like you just couldn't let go with this pyramid here. It's like you couldn't let go of this idea of like maybe you could have gotten to this certain place with that person. And so their like manipulation tactics had kept you like stuck to where you felt like you couldn't break out of it or step out of this or like move forward here. Like with the ring of fire around, it's like you felt like you had to stay in this cycle and like continue to go through all this person's games because you were thinking like, well, I don't want to like fully let go of this or like fully walk away from this or like fully break out of this cycle because then I might not, you know, what if I did, like what if I would have stayed and we could have had this like eventually, or we could have gotten to this point or this place. But I'm just hearing it was like this unobtainable thing. They were like manipulating you to believe that if you like stayed in this cycle and accepted this right now in the present, that in the future they would like step up and like be this King of Wands, or like step up and like um, you would be in this position. And it like wasn't genuine, or it wasn't obtainable, it wasn't it was just like this never ending cycle. You were never going to like break out of that or actually get to that place where they were like maybe promising you or offering you. It's like you were just going to continue to go through this like fire. um and so there's this other person over here who um could maybe see that, or they could see that like you needed to like learn your lessons or like go through things in the situation here. And so they felt like they needed to just kind of like stand in their power and just kind of like keep the feelings that they had for you like buried down and protected, and just like wait for you to go through your own process and your own cycle here and come to like the realizations on your own, um, and be able to come forward. It's like once you go through your own process and your own um, you needed to like really isolate and retreat like within yourself and like it walk away from the situation prior in order to I'm so sorry. My roommate's dog is just like drinking water and it's completely throwing off my ability to channel. Um, I'm so sorry. I'm going to cut the reading off after this and not try to continue farther because this has just been an absolute mess. Um, if you're in this situation, then you may have been experiencing like an incredible amount of spiritual warfare. So, yeah, if you're in this situation, if this is you, if you're this other person, what I'm getting is like, okay, before there was so much energy. Hang on one second. There was so much energy around you and there was so much chaos around you and it was like you were so okay, it's like everything we just went through in this reading, like everything that just happened, that's like what was happening to you in your life. Like there was so much happening around you, there was so many people around you like pulling at your energy and like distracting you. um that's what this person was doing too, like with this fire. It's like they were keeping you so caught in so many mind games. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. Please pray for me that I can get in a better living situation soon. Please pray for me. Anyways, okay. So what I'm getting here is there was so much energy around you. There was so much chaos around you. There was so much like people distracting you. And like there was so many people specifically keeping you caught up. Like they were specifically manipulating you and keeping you trapped and stuck in a cycle of being able to not move forward. It's like you were dealing with so many manipulative games here that you weren't even able to complete a thought. And so it's like this person had to keep you so caught up and so confused and so trapped up that you were literally unable to like complete your own thoughts in order to like think through like even like I was like channeling so well here and I had so much like that I was seeing in this situation and just like so much I was trying to convey and like all of that chaos just like that was like the same thing was happening to you. Like as soon as you would sit there and start to like put it together and like see through their games and like see all these things and like see the places that it was like getting to and like um the direction that it was going, and like you would start to like put everything together, it's like then they would have to create chaos around you so that it would like pull your focus or your energy or your attention away from um like everything, and then you would just be so focused on like being in survival mode because there was just so much like fire around you and so much chaos around you and so much that you were dealing with that like you were never able to actually put two and two together and make a clear um yeah, there was like, and so it was also this person who was in this like false King of Wands energy, right? Like they wanted to stir up tons of energy and chaos around you so that you couldn't really see clearly. But I'm just really picking up on there was like tons of energy around you, like other people as well who could like see, they could just like see you and see the direction you were going in and see like what you had over here. And so they like purposely had to like put chaos around you and like put you in survival mode and just inflict all of this insane um chaos around you so that as soon as you started to like see things and go through your lessons and move forward in certain ways, then yeah, it's like the same thing that just happened to me in this reading. It's like I can't even get back to channeling this here and like picking up on what was going on and like in the reading here. It's like so, I'm so far it's like I was so in it and I was like doing picking it up so well and like just seeing so much happening here, and now it's just like um just completely, yeah, there was so much there. I wasn't anywhere near done with that thought or anywhere near complete with what I was trying to get at with there. And so that's what this someone was purposely doing that to you. There may have been like another person involved in your life or like friends or just like people around you who were like purposely sabotaging your ability to like think clearly and see clearly and like make choices. It's like you could like see that like this person was misrepresenting themselves in this King of Wands energy, or you could see like what was going on, but it's like you felt like you couldn't get out of it, or like you had to like stay like stuck, or like you felt like you had to stay stuck in this certain position that continued to give this certain King of Wands person this like energy over, or this power over you, because there was like so much chaos around you, like with the ring of fire. There was so much like outside energy and outside chaos around you that you just literally couldn't um even as soon as I start to like get a thought here, one of my pets will do something that just like completely um pulls my thoughts away from being able to like convey out the message. As soon as I get a message, one of my pets will instantly take it like or do something to like I'm trying to get the message out and there's so much distraction around me, it's like I literally can't. And then I get, as soon as I get a little bit distracted, I cannot I can't get it back. I cannot, it's like that message is gone. It's completely disconnected from it. So it's like you felt like you couldn't break out of a certain cycle with certain people around you. You felt as though, okay, you felt like very powerless, okay? Like you felt as though this is so specific, but this is literally the reason why this entire reading got ruined, and so I have to get this message out. So, you felt, and it could, this is also the reason why like your relationship with this other person that wants to be able to like come in and give you this solid offering now and has just been like waiting for you to go through your own process and like overcome and like get over certain things on your own. um this other person has it's like they had to put the feelings that they had for you like deep down and like bury them in the sand, like this crab energy here, and keep them safe, because there was this other energy around you that was trying to ruin the connection that you guys had there, right? And so maybe you were like divinely protected, and like things just didn't work out for whatever reason. Like this person just kind of went into this like shelter mode here, and they just kind of like stood their ground. It's like they knew that you would like find their way back to them, but they just knew that you were going through absolutely way too much chaos in your life for you guys to even possibly remotely have a shot of having a healthy relationship, right? Like there's no physical way they could come to you or present anything to you, because you were dealing with so much chaos in your life. Like just how this reading was just like absolutely impossible to get through. Like I had to literally just like fight to get through this reading. And that's what was going on around you. Like there was so much fire and so much chaos around you, and you were dealing with so much, and there was like all of these really like weird and jealous people, like people who were incredibly disrespectful and didn't have like boundaries. Like um there was just all of these people around you who were just like they didn't want to see you be able to like move forward and go in a positive direction. They didn't want to see you be able to like be inspired and level up and like elevate in your life and like move on and to have this like really fulfilled like type of a, they didn't want to see you like like see you win and like have this genuine, if they saw you like working on something or like moving in a positive direction for yourself, if they saw you like going in a direction that you were passionate about or that you would potentially be successful, they would instantly come in and create so much drama and so much chaos around you and like steal your energy away from you and just like do all this crazy stuff to distract you and just do all these little like ticks around you to, purposely throw all these like weird stuff. And so it's like it could even show up in the form of like having friends who constantly come to you with their drama, or just like having all these people around you that are just like constantly in so much drama, and they're constantly pulling you into it and like putting it on you and making you feel, or like they're just constantly just doing all of this like, you know what I mean? It's just like going over the top and like doing the most to just like be so disrespectful. And it's like they try and play it off in this way of just like, oh, I didn't even realize, or oh, I didn't even whatever. But it's like people know exactly what they're doing. Like when you have certain people around you who it's like you feel as though they're going out of your way to like like not like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like people are going out of their way to like prevent you from being able to win. Like you pick up on these like subtle energetic things that people are doing to like pull you out of being able to like move forward and overcome. Like what I'm getting is like when you get like a message or like a spiritual download, it's like this like information or this energy that's given to you, and then you like see it and you figure out a way to like express it. And so that's a way of like kind of overcoming it or getting on top of it and like getting it out there. um And so then that's like sometimes you'll get like spiritual attacks. And so like dark energies will come in and specifically set up all this stuff. And so then you cannot get on top of that energy and like get it out there, right? Like the adversary will use like pets and like people around you and just like people who are in negative energies that can be vulnerable to um, it's just like unconscious like situations or people to come in and like mess with you so that you're not able to like carry out your works of the divine, right? And this can happen to us in our lives too, with like family members and friends, and people can just like literally hold us back from being able to like level up and elevate and get into like our divine partnerships and like start businesses we're supposed to start, and like just start networking in ways we're supposed to start networking. And it's like whatever, like you're, what I mean, you're being given, or like whatever you're seeing here, like this light that you were trying to follow. And like with the star before, it's like on the bottom of the deck, it's like being really, really, really divinely guided to go in a certain direction or to like take on a certain initiative, or there's certain things that are being imparted onto you on your path. And so it's like you are having to find ways to overcome and be able to like carry that torch, right, and carry that light and do all these things. And so then there's all this energy around you, and it's like all these people around you, all this energy around you. So it could be like the adversary or like these negative spirit energies are just coming in and using the people around you, using certain family members or certain friends to create drama, or to just create these huge distractions in your life to where you're constantly going through other people's bullish, and you're just like constantly so exhausted, and your energy is constantly so redirected, focusing on like everybody else's fires. It's like you're just so stuck in this cycle that it's like leaves you in this really, really vulnerable position. And so you're vulnerable for people like this person, whoever this like person that was like in this Knight of Wands energy but pretending to be in this King of Wands energy. It leaves you vulnerable to people like that, because it's like you're already stuck anyways, because you're in this cycle because of all these people around you. You're already stuck anyways. And so then it leaves you vulnerable for someone to come in and think that they have so much power over you. It's like it's because you're already the perfect candidate for someone like that, because you're already in this cycle of giving your power away and being stuck and not moving forward and not like being able to overcome these things. And so it makes you so very easy and vulnerable target for someone to come in and misrepresent themselves and make them seem like, oh, I'm gonna, like, I can't do a whole lot right now, but in the future I'll do this and this. And then they can capitalize on like, oh well, like you're not ready either, like you have so much stuff that you're going through too. And like then you kind of feel like that, you feel stuck and disempowered, and you feel like, okay, there's not a lot else, like, like because of all of this drama and all of this energy around you, it's like you already feel in this place of being disempowered and stuck, and like you can't do a whole lot, and you can't just like pick up and change your life in the direction that you want to. And so then this other person had this, like, they could really capitalize on that, like they could come in and really easily take advantage of that and be like, okay, well, da 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 da, like this is how things need to be right now, like keeping you feeling like you have no other choice, or like you need to, right? Like you have to just stay in this cycle and stay stuck in this cycle. And they're like, but oh, eventually, like I'll be the King of Wands, or like eventually we'll get to this, like this place here at the top of the pyramid that's like not doesn't really exist. Like they're taking advantage of the fact that you're already stuck in this cycle, and you're, because like you were already in this energy when they found you. They don't believe that they're ever going to have to like step up to that King of Wands energy and like get you to this place here. They can continue to dangle the carrot on the stick, because you're not going to get up and get out of this situation anyways, because you're already so stuck. There's all these fires around you anyways, right? Like you're already so distracted. And so it's like you're not going to get out of this anyways, because you're already so caught up in everything in your life and everything that's going on here, that um it's like you can't even figure that out, let alone then figure out what's going on with them. It's like for a long time you maybe saw them as the way out of this. Like you thought the more you could like like try to manifest things with this king of wand, the more it would like break you out of this cycle of like all these people around you and all this weird stuff. But it was actually keeping you caught up even more in that cycle, because they're actually in that knight of wands energy, right? And so they're not actually um ready to like step up. And so it's like you saw them as like your way out of this, but they were actually capitalizing on what you were already going through here. And so because of that, they were like, oh, okay, then um, I'll always have the control here. Like I'll always have the power in this situation, or I'll always be able to like lead her, them, he, they, whatever, in like whatever direction um, I want, right? Like with the light here, it's like I'll always be able to like um get her to kind of like get them to like follow after me, because you were already so caught up, like, you know what I mean, you couldn't even begin to process like so much of like there's so much just like drama and just craziness happening around you, that it's like you're just like trying to be okay, you know what I mean, let alone like process like all of this stuff. And so it was just like really really overwhelming. It was just this huge cycle that to like continue to stay in. And so that's why with this eight of cups, that's why you felt as though it's like with you, you finally chose to just like leave this, that's whatever, like not even just this king of wands situation, but this whole everything that was around you. It's like you chose to completely tap out of everything that was happening here and just like completely exit. It's like you had to completely retreat, completely walk away. So it's like not even just the other person here that you had to like walk away from and retreat from. And so they could see this. It's like they had this kind of perspective that you needed to like go out on your own and like walk away and deal with stuff on your own here. And so it's like you had to completely isolate, completely retreat, completely draw like within to yourself in order to like totally cancel out the noise, totally cancel out the distractions, totally shut off everything that was happening around you. And once you were able to do that, it's like then you're able to get clarity. Then when the downloads were coming to you, you were able to actually like see them, get them, do something with them, use them to move forward, like gain perspective. And so it's like you were actually able to like overcome things here, and now you can come forward to this person and have like a solid offering, because you were able to gain that emotional independence and break the cycle here that was going on with all of this drama around you. Um, because once you isolate it, it's like you shut off the noise and you shut off the distractions, you shut off everyone else's opinion, you shut off like just all of the weird. It's like someone comes in and plays a weird game over here, and then your energy's going in this direction. And it's like with the cat and the laser type of a thing, it's like, you know, this person could start a fire over here, and then it would all of a sudden your energy would be over here. And it's like all these people were just kind of like trying to play you and like keep you caught up in their like weird cycles and move you about and like shift you around in order to like serve their own lives here. So it's just like people, yeah, it's like a lot of weird um yeah, it was like a lot of people were like would just like come into your life, and then like I said, like start a fire over here, and then all of a sudden you would be like unconsciously like going in that direction. And so but you couldn't see what was happening. It's like you didn't realize all these people were like doing this on purpose in order to like keep you in these weird, it's like you actually thought like maybe it could be like way more serious than it was, or like you just didn't understand like they were just like trying to like keep you stuck or like keep you in these certain positions that like validated their lives and like what they had going on, or like it was just like quite selfish, like so yeah, it's like because you were already caught up in that cycle, and there was like already like all of these people doing that to you, then there was this one specific person who was able to like come in and have like a lot of power here for a while. It's like they were able to like do a whole lot here and like keep you going in like whatever direction they wanted. But it's like you chose to like hardcore retreat within yourself and just totally isolate. So it's like you just totally drew inward. And once you did that, um, yeah, there was no more distractions. So there, once you know, it's like you woke up to everything and you realized everything. And um, now because of that, like, so because you, it's like, yeah, you just totally tapped out of the game and just like isolated. And so all of these people continued their like weird charades, but it's not affecting you. So like now you see with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like now there's a new opportunity here to like come together and like because you gained this like independence here by just drawing into yourself, and then this other person just like continued to like stand on their own and um, just kind of like wait for you to go through your process and to see all of this. Like they just knew that they couldn't like come forward and be this like emotional stability and like offer these like really genuine like passionate feelings that they had for you at that time because you were just caught up in way too much here. So now yeah, by choosing to like isolate and overcome and close out that cycle with all of this craziness, there's like this new opportunity here for something here. Yeah, wow. Okay, that was crazy. Everything kind of like simmered down, so like we're just going to move forward here and just real quick I would like to because now I spent a lot of time talking about like past energies or like a past person, and talking about like why you had to isolate. Quit. I'm so sorry, you guys. My dog is quit it. Having a rough day, I guess. Yeah, once again, I was like in the middle of trying to convey something, and then my dog started like scratching herself specifically on the camera pole and shaking the camera, and I was getting onto her, and I completely like I don't even remember what I was saying, but I was trying to get that out for a reason. Um, so yeah, there's been some crazy spiritual warfare in your life. It's like you had to completely just retreat, like you had to completely draw inward and just like silence the noise, cancel out all of the distraction, cancel out all the background noise, totally draw inward and just be like, okay, um, what is going on here? And so then it was like you were finally able to see all of that. And so, yeah, we spent a good bit of time here, like talking about like why you had to like isolate and retreat and like why you had to do all of that. And so, yeah, now I want to look a little more at like this other person's energy here, this other person who was just kind of like waiting for you to like find your way back to them or to like overcome this stuff on your own and be like guided back to them some way, or that they like this person who like had hope that you would like turn things around and come back to them. So yeah, it's like they saw all of these weird distractions around you and they saw that just like standing in their power and being really patient and drawing you back into them was the best method here. So I want to look into them a little bit. I'll show you guys my baby girl here at the end, so you'll see we love each other. That was interesting. That was interesting. And she's doing this really interesting thing where like she barks at my neighbor or my roommate and his dog. And it's just like, so anytime he comes out of his room, she just attacks him. And it's like, you have to stop doing that. Very possessive chihuahua, but I'll show you guys her at the end so you can see. She's very well loved. Okay, so that's your person, where they're at, what they're doing. Their energy towards you, their thoughts, and their feelings. So we have the Ten of Wands. So it's like being really overwhelmed, kind of like managing a lot of tasks here, having like a lot of burdens. Where they're at, we have the Nine of Cups, happiness. So it's like a wish fulfillment here. It's like getting something that you really, really desire. It's like a huge success. There's also this really playful energy here, just like having fun, being passionate, playful. And then we have the Six of Swords. So it's like everything coming into balance, or like everything coming into sync. Everything just like fits just right here. With the Science, it's like discovering exactly how everything like comes together and fits together, and having this like greater understanding of like how to bring everything together in this really harmonious and equal way. It's like this very fair, balanced way. So that's what they're doing. So we have their energy towards you. We have the Prince of Cups in reverse. And then we have their thoughts. We have the King of Pentacles. And their feelings. We have the Prince of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. We have the Prince of Wands underneath that. So, and then we have the Four of Pentacles, power. So that's what I was saying earlier. Like they just chose to like stand in their power and like draw you into them. So that's like where they've been coming from here, is just like trying to figure out the best way to just like stand their ground and attract the things that they desire into them here. It's like come from a place of like already having their cup full. So with all these Prince cards, it's like someone coming forward on like a little chariot. So it's like really interesting energy here. So what I'm getting from this is like okay, so we have a lot of like pentacles energy here. So it's like they really want to come. Okay, so it's like they do want to come forward, but it's like they're more stable and they're more grounded about it. With the Prince of Wands underneath the Eight of Pentacles, I'm getting that there is an element of like being really, really passionate, um, and just like being really, really driven. So there is like this really fired up energy towards this, where they feel like very intentional. Um, This is that Knight of Wands energy too. And then the Eight of Pentacles is like underneath the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm getting two different messages with this. Like this is like one, um, they want to make sure that you guys are like working really hard and like doing putting in the work necessary to like lay a proper foundation and not just getting like too caught up in your feelings and your emotions here in order to make sure that you're actually doing the work to like move forward and move past this like past energy here. um like they really like want to actually like intentionally make sure that you guys are able to like move away from this and like leave this in the past, this like other like false king of wands energy that was in your life. um but also what I'm getting is like, okay, because like with the prince of cups in the reverse, it's like they don't want to come in too emotional. They don't want to come in like too passionate, too caught up in their feelings, just like going off about how they feel. It's like with their thoughts here, they're thinking like, okay, I need to be more stable, more grounded. They're trying to come from this place of like what they can offer you or like what you guys could build together. They're trying to like give you a more practical offering, or think about it just like from a more grounded and logical sense rather than being like super caught up in their emotions, and like getting really just like overwhelmed. um they're trying to like stay really really grounded. But there is an element of like there is some passion here. There is like, like chemistry and attraction and like fire and all of these things. Like they're not just totally like trying to give you like a business offer here. They're not just trying to like call you their partner and um like not be romantic at all, right? Like they are trying to show you how they feel a little bit here, but they really want to like do the work to lay a proper foundation. It's like go about things the right way. It's like being willing to like do the hard work, or to like do the groundwork here to like lay the proper foundation. And so um that's what they're really thinking about here, is like the best approach, the best way to go about things. This is like the best approach to take for you guys to have the most stable like life together, the most stable foundation. um with their feelings, it's like how can they yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like taking it slow. So it's like, how can they present to you like how serious they are and like how serious their feelings for you are, but then also like take their time and like go about it in kind of like a slower way here in order to like properly build. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's like take their time, take things slower in order to properly build like from the ground up something that's going to be really stable. So they may actually be almost taking this like too far, like they're being too logical, and that's why they're showing up in the Ten of Wands here, like with the oppression. It's almost like they really feel like super overjoyed, and it's like they literally want to like jump for joy, and they feel this like bursting just like happiness energy for you, but they're trying not to show that. Like they're trying to keep their emotions like under bay or like cooled here. They're trying to like keep themselves like controlled and composed and like logical and like seem really grounded and like present themselves in this certain type of way here. So they're almost like oppressing or like stifling um, how much they really are actually like excited about this and like overjoyed about this opportunity. Like they see you as like this huge emotional fulfillment. So the fact that this is like manifesting in their life again, it's like they really want to celebrate and they're really excited about it. And they are doing everything that they can to like bring it all together and like move forward and um, like bring all the pieces together in just the right way, so that you can move forward together here. But yeah, they're trying to take this like really, really grounded, stable, practical, intentional approach and like go really slow. It's like move slow, but with a lot of integrity. But they're almost like taking that on too much to where it's like stifling them. They're almost, yeah, it's almost then becoming like this like burden, where they feel a little bit overwhelmed here. it's like they feel like they have to almost have it like kind of all figured out, or like they feel like they have to come to you with this like really stable um offer here, this like really solid offer of like, okay, this is how I can show up, this is how I can provide, this is what I can offer, this is what I can do. um so they're like really taking their time because they're trying to go about it in the right way and like take every step correct and like do it all the right way here and not be like too overly emotional. But I feel like they're kind of taking on too many burdens on their own, and they're not realizing that like you guys could do more together or you could go farther together. And it's like they don't need to have it all figured out, they don't need to be this like 100% provider yet, like they don't need to um like with this, it's like they don't need to have every single piece of the operation all put into place beforehand in order to present you like something solid. It's like if there's a couple things that they're not able to like figure out or get together on their own, you guys could maybe actually do more together, or like it would be easier for them to like, they wouldn't feel so like burdened by this if they were to like let you take some of it on with them, or like figure out how to like bring it all together, like um so like what I'm getting is like you have some of these like vital parts, like they're trying to create this like whole perfect intricate thing to be able to like present to you, that's going to be like super solid and like last a long time here. But there's like certain parts of it that you need to contribute here, there's like certain things that you need to like bring to the table in order for it all to fit perfectly. And so they're kind of like taking too much of it on themselves, or like um yeah, they're like overburdening themselves. They're not realizing that you could go farther together. And like the missing pieces that you would bring in to the operation would complete it in such a way, or like balance things in such a way that you would actually be able to like take that journey or like move into um, like a different place together or a better space together. So yeah, it's like this is how they feel, but they're trying not to act on their feelings here. They're trying not to be like overly emotional and like let their emotions really get ahead of them. They're trying to just be like really intentional. So they're kind of taking way too much on themselves here. Yeah, if they were to let you carry like some of this load with them, it would like get you guys to where you're trying to go quicker, right? Like you could do more together here, but it's coming from like really really good intentions here of trying to be this like stable solid provider and like be something that you've never had here. They're trying to like take the right steps and like go about things in the right way, and like I said, be really intentional about how they're building here and like what you guys are creating. And um they really want to make sure that you can like move forward from the past and just like be feel really good about that. But so yeah, with this here too, it's like they just need to be a little bit more willing to like accept your help here, and like let you help them bring things together and like get you guys um, on this like positive journey that you're trying to go on here. Let's get some of these cards here. This is the truth within. So yeah, if y'all stuck it out through all of the chaos in the middle there, thank you. I think actually turned out to be a really cool message here. So yeah, like even in the reading, how I just had to like take minutes to just be like, okay, hang on, and then like let the downloads come back. It's like that's like what you had to do in order to it's like, yeah, don't ever let the adversary or like these opposing energies that are trying to distract us and keep us held down like win. Like you can always like take a minute, take a time out, just like regather yourself, regather your energy, and just like get back on track to like what you were doing and the path that you were on. I won't be able to handle myself near you. So, yeah, I feel very, very passionate towards you. I know now that I should have been there for you and treated you better. So, yeah, this person's realizing, like, with all of the craziness and all of the like drama and all of this stuff that you went through, like they're having like their own realizations about how they could have like um, just been there for you and been more of a support for you. And so that's why they're trying to go about things the way that they are right now. And they're like trying to take so much on for themselves, is because they saw how like in the past they really didn't like step up and like give you what you needed, or like be that like solid person that you could rely on, or they felt like they like couldn't like keep up with it or like provide you what you needed. And so now that's why they're trying to go about things in this other way here, is because they had this like clarity and this understanding that they should have been different here. You excite me sexually and I still desire you. Oh, I will wait for the right moment to come find you. So yeah, they're trying to like build something here and like take these certain steps so that when they do come and find you, they have like this really solid um, like energy to give to you. So that's like where they are right now. They're just kind of not realizing, like, even if they came to you right now with all of their burdens and let you like take some of them, um, that you could get to where you're trying to go together quicker. But they just feel like this is like the way that they need to go about things in order to like be the person that you really need or that you deserve, or to be, in order to really be someone that you can truly like depend on. They feel like this is how they have to like go about it. I should have been honest with you. I now see the damage as I regret lying to you. So yeah, if there was anything that they were like not fully honest with about in the past, then they definitely feel really bad about that. They could have even just like not been fully honest about how they felt about you in the past, and so they feel, yeah, they feel really bad about that. I'm gonna get one of these here. This is the key oracle. Oh wow. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have distorted view or perspective. A change in perspective is needed to view you or the situation with compassion. The root core of pain is often associated with how you may view yourself or the situation from a wounded place. Choosing to heal this brings the broken pieces back together to create a healthy viewpoint. So yeah, there's just a shift here. It's like an understanding that needs to be had to see like their true intentions of why they're actually trying to go about things in this other way now. It's like why they're like kind of hiding their feelings for you, or they may be coming across like kind of shady because they're not being really vulnerable or open or emotional. Um, so you're kind of like skeptical here, but it's like they're trying to be like really intentional about the way they go about things here for a reason. So yeah, a shift in perspective is needed for sure. Then we have false narrative or discernment. Being mindful of the story you're telling yourself. Having a negative narrative is destructive and simply not true. Stop listening to your ego based story that is laced with falsehoods and old conditioning. For every negative thing you say, counteract that by saying 3 positive words. See the truth of who you are, which is wise, magnificent, and radiant. So yes, there is a bit of a false narrative here. So definitely have compassion for yourself for this, because the reason why, so one of the reasons why this is, could be happening for you is, because you had so much energy around you before. You had so much chaos and so many people like distracting you and manipulating you and like purposely holding you back from being able to like move forward or like rise above certain things or like break certain cycles in your life. And so, um, when you go through stuff like that, it's really, really common and normal to like, okay, so then say this other person is like doing things that could come across as a certain type of way of shady, or like, it's like right away, because you go into like this survival mode or this protective mode, it's like right away you're like, okay, these are red flags, I've been through this before or whatever, and you feel like you really need to like protect yourself. Um, but yeah, sometimes we can have just like a distorted viewpoint, like our lens of how we see certain things or certain people's actions gets disrupted or affected by the way that other people have treated us in the past. And so it can give us this like, this yeah, this negative perception or this false perspective here. So then the other situations that we're going through, if it seems similar at all, or if something seems like, off in any way, then it's like we cast or we project this like false narrative based off of, um, old conditioning and like things that you've been through in the past and these other situations. It's like because of all of this other stuff that you had to break out of, it's like a lot of people played all these mind games with you and made you like think a certain type of way about stuff. And so then now you encounter someone that like does something, and right away you go to like the worst case scenario of like, oh, they could be doing this, this, and this, because of like other people kind of like put that in your head to inherently think that way or to not trust people that way. And so, you had to really totally isolate, right? And like go inward and like totally cancel out the noise and the distractions in order to shut all of that off and to be able to move forward. And so um now you were able to overcome that situation, right? And like realize that there was another person that was like able to take advantage of you and like, steal your power because you were so caught up in all of that. So you were able to walk away from all of that stuff. But then it's like moving forward, there's like trust issues, because then you meet a new person that really does actually have these really genuine feelings for you and has been like really hoping that, you would like find your way back into their life. And now they're trying to go about things in this really grounded way so you guys could have this really strong, stable, long lasting foundation. But it's like hard not to have, it's hard to have like an overactive third eye, right? And have like, false discernment and just think that like any red flag is like, a reason to be like overly concerned, because in the past you had to be, you know it's like you had to be so overly, cautious and protective and like seeing through people's like motives and intentions and stuff, one, and then two, um in order to like rise above like all of that drama and all of that craziness and like get out of that cycle from the past, you had to like really take a hard look at things and like see things clearly for what they were. And so, that saved you, like that got you out of that moved you forward. And so now it's this thing of like, okay, if that's a red flag, I'm not going back down that path. So, it's like projecting what you had to like learn and go through in the hard reality and everything that you had to like see and overcome in the past onto, anyone who is like going about things in, uh a different way, or like a way that is like, this person here, this new person is just not showing up in the way that you would expect them to. Even for me as a reader, I just expected their energy to show up a little bit differently. But, like the more I read into it, I totally understand like where they're coming from and why they're trying to go about this here. It's like they're taking just too much of it on themselves, and they're just not realizing, but it's like there's like, because of how they messed up in the past or because of things that they've seen that you've been through, from their perspective they feel like you need this like really stable, grounded, like provider, this solid person that you can depend on and rely on. And they don't want to be this like wishy-washy like um person for you, because that's kind of like what you had. And so you might be used to that. You're used to people like love bombing you and being like overly emotional and like doing all this stuff. And so now this person is taking this like slow, grounded, practical, mature, respectful approach, and you're like not sure how you feel about it, or not sure if it's fully genuine, or um you're just not sure. But like this person's really trying to like bring all of the pieces together in the right way. They're trying to go about things with integrity here. They are taking too much on themselves, right? But their intentions are in the right place, and they do have really genuine feelings for you here. They just feel like they can't, that can't be like what they present to you or like what they show to you. Like they don't want to come across as like this really overly emotional um person. So, yeah, try not to like let the things that you've had to go through in the past and like the situations that you've had to go through um, prior, affect the way that you're seeing things right now. So, yeah, um, I don't know why I feel like I should pull one more card. This is the Sacred Symbols Oracle. So we have Death, 36. So yeah, oh, and then jealousy underneath it, and that was like totally trying to come up with it. And then safe travel. But yeah, so there was like all these people around you before that were super, super jealous of you. I'm not sure if I said that earlier in the reading, but I was picking that up. It's like they had to keep you distracted from being able to move forward and like, yeah, overcome certain things. Or anytime they saw you working on something or interested in something or something that you really desired, or a certain direction that they were going in or that you were going in, then they would come in and like start this fire over here, create this distraction over here, like, and then your attention would be drawn over there, and then all of a sudden you're going in that direction like unconsciously. And it was like, yeah, just because they were very jealous of you. They were uh definitely trying to pull you in certain directions that they wanted you to go in, and keep you out of certain directions they didn't want you to go in. um, it's like keep you in the place that made them feel comfortable and made them feel validated in their own lives. They didn't want you to like rise to the relationships that you're supposed to be in, and like the direction that you're supposed to go in, and like the rooms that you're supposed to enter, because they were just like jealous of that. Like they needed to keep you just like stuck and not moving forward in this certain place and in these certain cycles with certain people that weren't ever going to like actually show up for you and like take you to the next level. And um, just like keep you in all of these cycles here, because it made them feel more comfortable, right? Like for you to like level up and like level up into this certain type of relationship, or level up into this certain type of career or friend group, or this certain direction in your life, it then make them feel insecure, right? And so as long as you were stuck in these cycles and like going through these things, and um like vulnerable to like people who didn't actually like want to provide for you, or like step up and be that like king of wands for you, to like come in and like have emotional power over you, as long as you were in that type of a state, then it made them feel more comfortable or more valid, because then it's not forcing them to like look at their relationships and see what's lacking in their relationships, right? Because you're just so caught up in all of this drama that there's nothing, you're not really like, you don't have anything in your life that then they need to be like jealous over, right? So as soon as you started to like go in a direction that you really wanted, or like move forward in a certain type of way, or like actually be able to like elevate and level into something different here, then this person specifically had to, or these is like a lot of people around you specifically had to come in and create distractions to pull you away, or like dump their trauma on you or their drama of what's going on in their life, so that like you're distracted with all of that, or just like keep all of this stuff constantly going on around you so that you're not able to um move forward and move into anything like real for yourself. And so then, like I said, it makes them feel, if they can keep you in this certain place here, this like chaos, then chaos around you, right? Then it makes them feel more validated in whatever place they are in their life. Um, that's really what where jealousy comes from, is like um yeah, so in this case, it's like this relationship, like if you would have moved forward into this relationship, then that made them feel really, really jealous, or like feel insecure in some type of way. And so then they have to like create all this drama and all these situations around you in order to keep you in this really disempowered place. So then you're vulnerable for people like that false King of Wands to come in. It's like the only type of people that you're able to like really mess with or um, match with are going to be people who like don't really take you seriously and aren't actually going to take things to that next level with you. And so then you're staying in this certain place, and it's like these people that are jealous of you, um, that's where they want to keep you, right? Like that's the place that they want you to be in order for them to feel more valid about themselves and whatever place they're in their lives. Then you're not in a position of like threatening them or making them feel insecure, which is really sad, because everybody should be able to win, right? Like everybody should be able to like you having like good things in your life and like a positive relationship and like moving forward into the next level of your life, like romantically or socially, or um yeah, just like entering into that more stable, secure like relationship, or just like moving out of certain cycles in your life, like it should never make anyone else around you feel insecure or feel like they're not doing enough. Like that's a reflection of like their own um it's like their own inability to get into a direction that they want to go in. And so yeah, you being able to break this cycle and move out of this and free yourself from all of this chaos, and being vulnerable to this like false King of Wands, because like having someone like that in your energy or in your life doesn't threaten these like outside people, because they see that like that person is like not really actually in their King of Wands energy. That's just like another reflection of like keeping you stuck, right? So that's not a threat. Yeah, for whatever reason, for you to um level up and to be in like this type of a relationship that's just like more serious and more grounded, and the other person is just like much more intentional and serious about things, that yeah, that is something that it puts them in a position of feeling insecure, like looking at the relationships or like what's in their life, and like just feeling like it's not good enough for some reason, or um it just makes them feel like small or something for some reason, so they had to like keep you in your place, if you know what I mean, or like keep you um in a certain position that made them feel more comfortable and more validated about the position that they're in their lives, or the relationships that they're in, or the career path that they're in, or whatever choices or decisions that they made for themselves in their lives. It's like they had to keep you in a certain position, or a just like this certain energy, like keep your energy like caught up with that like ring of fire. It's like keep you in this certain like confinement energetically in order to make themselves feel just a little bit more like valid, or validated in the position that they're in life. Like I said, like the relationships, the job, it's like whatever their external environment, as long as they were keeping you caught up in all of this chaos and caught up in these cycles, it's like they didn't have to like look at their own chaos. It's like they didn't have to look at all of the fires around them and like be realistic about the cycles that they're perpetuating in their own lives, right? They could just like focus on you and keep you in a certain place and like project anytime they saw you like moving forward or like moving towards something you really wanted, then they would like project all of their drama into your life. And so you felt like that was like all this stuff that you were going through. Like you would take all of their drama on and like actually make that your experience. And so you weren't ever able to like get out of a cycle or like move on from something. And yeah, it's like you genuinely believe that this was like your experience, or you genuinely believe this was like stuff that you were having to deal with. Like you were so caught up in it, you really felt like you couldn't like walk away from it or like let it go here. And so it gave someone else like a lot of emotional power over you. Um, just like that was like a product of that, right? And so, yeah, you were like genuinely taking on these other people's dramas as your own and like letting it stop you from being able to like grow, and like being able to grow into the next level of your life because you constantly feel like you have to like take on all this stuff and deal with all this stuff that's not actually really yours to deal with. So with the death here, it's like now that there's a huge end to this cycle, it's like there's a huge ending here to like all of this giving your energy to all of these other people. And so with the death comes like rebirth and things, um, reviving here. And so, yeah, like because all these other people were so jealous of you, they were projecting all of this craziness on you. It's given you a lot of like false narratives and distorted viewpoints. And it's like you see things like when someone doesn't show up for you right away, the way that you see it is coming from this lens of how these really, really jealous people wanted to make you feel about yourself. So then right away, you like doubt yourself and you'll just like self sabotage the situation and then like go back to those old cycles, right? And just like stay stuck instead of seeing like what this other person's true intentions are, like the real reason that they're trying to like, and then maybe in the past they actually did do certain things. And so it's like so easy to like get triggered into these like old storylines in your head. And with the like the ego based story, it's like jealous people like projected that onto you, right? Like their ego and their inability to just like yeah, if they could project like their ego onto you and you would take that on, then it makes them feel more comfortable and secure with the position that they are currently at in their lives, right? And it's easier for them to like deal with the things that they're going through. So, um it literally creates like a false perception of us, a false perception of the world around us, a false perception of the way that other people care about us and feel about us. Um And so, yeah, it's like you've really put an end to this here. Like by retreating inward, like what I was saying before, like by just totally drawing into yourself, completely shutting off the noise, cutting out all the distractions, like everyone else's opinion. It's like you really put an end to like taking on everybody else's ego and like letting everyone else project their ego into the personal situations that you're going through here. And so, um, we have full moon, so we'll read what this says for full moon. A ceremony, culmination, or completion of a cycle in time. There is magic here. The full moon has the power to magnify your dreams. It can also take away anything not in alignment with them. Be open to the magic around the wonders of all things. Meditate or perform a ritual on the full moon to draw more in her power. So, um, totally. Yeah, just like I was saying, it's like, yeah, with the death and the rebirth, it's like you've ended a cycle here of like letting all of these other people like have power over you and project like the way that they want you to like feel and react into your life and into situations into your life. And so it's just like this huge completion. It's like now that you've drawn inward and retreated into yourself, it's like you're totally able to like see it for what it is. It's like having all of these realizations. It's like finally being able to like have the perspective here and see things for what they truly are, and just like ending this cycle of like letting other people have so much power over the direction that you go in, and the way that you react to like certain situations, and um, just like where you're like giving your time and energy. So yeah, um, if this resonated with you, it's definitely like the end of this. It's like you're coming to a huge completion here with the world before. It's just like a huge um allowing like yourself to step into this new situation and step out of that old situation is a huge ending of a cycle for you, and just like a whole brand new revival, just like the card said. It's like this huge full circle moment for you. It's a huge karmic cycle and like lesson, like learning and elevating from. It's like overcoming a huge amount of spiritual warfare is what I'm getting. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. So if this resonated with you, thank you so much for like watching all the way to like this point, and fighting through all the chaos and like my frustration and stuff. And yeah, if you'd like a more personal reading, you can click the link in my description. But otherwise, I hope you have a really, really good day. Thank you.